that's missing, and I kind of got a kick out of that, to be honest. We were all like giggling on the couch.
And Roy McDonald went, I want to avenge my last loss against you non-personality having motherfucker. You should get somebody to speak for you.
I'm going to tell you
what. You're 24 and you got the personality of a fucking cinder block.
If there's an MMA fighter that everybody is growing to dislike very fast, it's got to be Roy McDonald. I don't know how many people. People just don't like the guy. You know what I mean? Because he's got this sense of like arrogance to him. Am I imagining that, everybody?
Nay.
But I'm going to tell you what. Put that shit aside. That is a talented motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
he's nasty.
Condit, I wouldn't be in a big hurry if I was Condit.
No, because he had Condit until Condit caught him at the end.
So how long till McDonald goes fights at 185? Because that some bitch is huge.
I don't see him doing it.
I wouldn't either. I'd wait for GSP to hang up the belt and then hold the belt at 170 forever, as long as he can make weight. Because mind you, he's only 24.
He really, we all know BJ Penn. I mean, obviously he has so much range on BJ Penn, but he really kept BJ Penn off the bat. I mean, his hands. I would love to see him fight GSP.
But it won't happen. They're in the same camp.
And it can't happen. I mean, it probably
no, it won't happen because they're both vagina boys. Huh? If they were men, they'd fight each other. But don't worry, they're not. They're from Canada.
If it did happen, Roy McDonald would be too old. He'd be 40.
Yeah.
Because it's it's a lot of time in between fights.
Exactly. You got to rest up and really study your opponent.
Would you like to have another really?
Really. Okay. There's nothing to study about Nate Diaz. He puts his lead leg out, he does this shit, and that's it.
At you.
Yep.
Yeah.
You fucking drill him in the face 3 times, take him down. Ask Benson Henderson. He just laid out the diagram how to beat the Diaz brothers because they both fight exactly the same and they don't adapt.
Now.
And I like the Diaz brothers. I really do. I think they're entertaining.
I like them. I mean, they're fun. I think they're
Who else doesn't want to see a cutaway aerial shot of the ring because he's going like this?
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, Mike Swick, what do you think about him?
Sleepy time.
Yeah, he was snoring. Matt Brown looked really good.
Yeah.
The thing about Matt Brown is he's one of these guys that sometimes he looks just phenomenal. Like he could be a top guy in his class.
He's had a lot of time off, Swick. So he gets a couple more fights.
Now, this is a question I have for somebody out there. Swick looked very drawn and weak. That's the first thing we saw. He was very lean. His physique looked great, but he looked like way too light.
I bet he came in way too heavy. Right. I bet he did not do his cut right.
Right. He just did not look. He looked tired and weak, but
he looked like he came from a certain camp.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, with that said, how about you guys tell us what you thought of the card?
What you think about your boy Ramsey? NBA news. Would you like to talk about how fucked up my Lakers look?
Yeah, they. You know what? They look bad.
I'm gonna make it real quick in 30 seconds. I just do not like the fucking Lakers owner. The dad I like, and I'm going right on a limb saying exactly what Magic Johnson said. He's just arrogant. He made a bad decision not hiring Phil Jackson, even though it's still early, even though Mike D'Antoni is trying to get his system working, even though Steve Nash is hurt and Pau Gasol's out. It's just stupid. It just was fucking stupid and arrogant. Good. I'm done. So let's talk about the other team. What's wrong with Steven Jackson? He's boys with Ron Artest. If you guys don't recall, Steven Jackson's boys with Ron Artest. They were the two that went crazy up in the palace and just tried to steal everybody who was in the audience. Motherfuckers lost their mind.
What's the saying? You can leave the hood, but sometimes you can't take the hood out of. You can take the.
You ain't about this life, son.
Yeah, come on.
You ain't about this life. Ibaka, you're not about this life, man. You run up on me like that the next time, shorty, I'm going to get in your mouth.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. Maybe he got something in his mouth.
I don't want anyone getting in my mouth.
I know, me either. But
yes, we both understand he's going to punch him in the face, yada, yada. But it's just a lot of people tend to go after Ibaka. If you watch the Thunder.
Maybe he gets in people's heads.
Or their mouths.
Anyway, Steven Jackson got fined a crazy amount of money for that Twitter rampage he had.
What is up with the Knicks? I did not expect them to be playing this well.
The Knicks are hot as shit. Now, the problem is when our boy Amari Stoudemire comes back, are they going to continue? Is it going to fuck up the chemistry? You think it is?
I ship him out.
I would, too.
He's a liability. Why do you need him and Tyson Chandler?
At this point in time, you know what I would do, dude? I would ship Amari Stoudemire and get some really good defensive guys.
How about Paul Gasol? Paul Gasol for Amari Stoudemire?
But no, because Amari Stoudemire does the same thing Pau Gasol does. It just wouldn't work. We need a good defensive forward. You know who I like? Trevor Ariza. Like who we got? If we could get Trevor Ariza back, that would be perfect.
You keep saying we.
Yeah, man, I run that shit. Y'all didn't know the Lakers.
So can we talk about the other team, the real team of LA?
The Clippers. You know what's funny?
You just went with that. You didn't put up a fight?
I'm not going to fight you. We don't got time for me and you to get in a fucking argument because George is going to torment me about it. But you know what? Right now, I can't really argue with George because George is winning the argument. First of all, his fucking ball-sucking heats.
Dude, they're terrible right now.
But they'll pull it together and win the championship.
I hope.
Me not. But the Clippers look pretty good.
Yes.
But I'm going to tell you what, the Clippers have a lot of competition coming out of the West, man. I mean, the Grizzlies look nasty.
The Thunder, the Spurs.
The Spurs. So it's early in the season. We can't get all into it. But I do want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that I'm going to ask you a couple questions. One, do you think the Washington Wizards will win 15 games?
Nope.
Okay. I want all you guys out there to tell me. Do you think the Los Angeles Lakers will finish in the top 4 in the West?
No. They'll be a 7th or 8th seed.
You asked me that. Also, do you think the Knicks will finish in the top 2 in the East?
No, they'll be top 5.
Top 2 in the East. And do you think the Grizzlies or the Spurs will be the Western Conference champions?
Spurs.
Okay.
And here's the one question I have about basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best pure shooter that you've actually seen play?
Pure shooter?
Mm-hmm. Just pure shooter. Just a sweet stroke. Just pow, pow, all day long.
Jerry West?
Jesus Christ. How old are you?
I never saw.
No, that you actually saw play. You actually saw Jerry West play?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Even if it's on TV, I'm not saying you have to see it live. Because for me,
Ray Allen.
Yeah, it's Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Ray, I would say Ray. I'm going to have
every shot looks the same.
You know who I think, who I remember was really good, was Reggie Miller.
Oh yeah, Reggie was sick. I hate how he did the little clacking of the wrist.
Reggie Miller. Anyway.